Hey guys.
Hey, welcome to the Good Crack Podcast. We got a great episode for you here today.
We got a special guest.
Special guest.
You know, we've had friends on here, and friends are great, but you know what's better than friends? As Dom Toretto once said, family, because family is everything. We got the elder brother of Joseph DeFilippis, Andrew DeFilippis.
Welcome, Ange.
It's great to see you guys.
Ange, how are you, man?
I'm good.
From Texas.
Flew in from Texas just for this. Had to rearrange the schedule to get on the Good Crack Podcast.
You know what? We use some of our corporate advertising dollars, and we put the money in the right place, and we flew you out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I actually
Manscaped
actually chartered the jet for me to get back. I flew in.
You flew on the Manscaped 4.0 jet.
Yeah.
The family jewel, they call it.
Yeah.
The
crown jewel of the fleet.
AKA the Flying Shaft.
Flying Shaft.
AKA the Airborne Cock. They got a lot of big names for it. AKA Lolita Express.
There's not a single pube on that plane.
No.
Pubeless.
Pubeless.
They check you at the gate. You know when you get x-rayed to go on a plane?
Yeah.
For the Manscaped jet, they just check if you have pubes. They just x-ray and they're like, there's a little hair there. You're not a real...
They're like, sir, pull that down. We need to clean that up before we get on the plane.
So, Ange, how was your ride in, man? How's it feel being back in dirty Jersey?
Oh, you know what? It's great, man. Texas is an awesome place. It's been nice out there. But, you know, something about getting back here and, you know, as you're driving on Route 3, I feel like every single time I'm like Tony Soprano coming back through. Like, I want to just play the theme music. But then you see, like, the skyline, and I'm like, oh, she's so beautiful. So it's nice to be back. I'm definitely warm-blooded now. You know, it's like 50 degrees, 40 degrees, and I'm freezing here.
Yeah.
But it's great. You know, Jersey's always home. So it's good to be back, and I'm addicted to crack. So
listen,
I'm here. That's why I'm here.
Andrew's an OG crackhead. He's been supporting us since day one. He was supporting the pre-apps.
Yeah. Which they're going to be dropping on the Patreon soon. That's going to be coming to fruition, I think.
Yeah, it's going to be like, it went from us sitting in a backyard recording on an iPhone to this setup.
To this.
So
the brand new studio.
Yeah.
The evolution has been.
We're working on the studio right now. We're gonna. I'm just laughing thinking of Tim. We're gonna be like Tim and just every episode say the new studio is coming.
It's coming soon.
It's coming soon. Yeah, I mean we've tried. We tried to hang up a curtain once. And
and it looked good for like 48 seconds.
Then it fell.
We're gonna get it done though eventually.
Yeah. Fuck you guys. You're lucky you get to hear our voices.
Yeah.
So.
Well, Andrew lives out in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, and so that's a big deal. Because we were talking about on the way here, Jim Bloom, Third Horn Investments. We've gotten tied up with them quite a bit now. And Andrew actually runs in the gym quite a lot.
Quite a bit, yeah. We're competitors. You know, it's good sportsmanship. But, you know, he takes my clients. My brother, you know, now shills his company. So Jim's got a lot of wins on me. But what can you say? A guy like Jim Bloom, he's an innovator.
It's his winner-take-all
Exactly.
mentality.
And you have to respect the fact that Jim will literally give you free money. Client. What's better than that?
We actually had someone reach out to our Instagram account last week.
Really?
Seriously asking if they get the free $50,000.
He's like, is the free $50,000 still a deal? We're like, yeah.
Yeah.
That person they're the type of client that Jim looks for. Smart, hip, intelligent.
Yes, very, very aware.
Doesn't take things at face value.
No.
Yeah. You want people that are going to get the free $50,000. You know what I mean?
Right.
You want people that'll put up their own money to get.
And then he
money.
kind of pawned it off as like, "Oh, haha, sick trolling. Like I love trolling too." And I was like, "You weren't trolling. Man. Like you were."
You thought a $50,000 was coming his way.
You needed $50,000.
Yeah,
real
like
bad.
he only liked that post on the account. It's the only video.
There's no troll there.
He didn't. Yeah.
You imagine that's all you got from that Instagram. You can go through every Instagram clip where we're just spewing nonsense, and he's like, "But these guys are giving away $50,000. Interesting." Like. Jeez, but you had dinner with Jim recently, Andrew. He was trying to get you on the team, but you had to turn him down. But did I hear correctly that you guys went out and he had a celebrity friend with him? Is that true?
Yeah, no, we went out to a fine establishment in Dallas, Nick and Sam's. We actually think you guys talked about this.
Yeah, Nick and Sam.
You know, it was great in the beginning, but you know there were some choice words said when we started talking about business, and you know Jim actually stormed out.
Really?
There were glasses shattered. I think he even verbally abused a waitress. But
that's okay at Nick and Sam.
No, yeah, they actually encourage those types of things there. They want you to dress down the employees. But no, yeah, it was a fiery dinner. Jim got a little good and drunk. You know how he loves his whiskeys.
Yeah,
and
talks about that quite a bit.
We didn't even get to dinner actually. By the time we got through the appetizers, Jim was fed up. Wow. So he stormed out and
who did he have on the coattail?
I think Mark Cuban was supposed to come.
Cubes. That's what I heard.
But he got tied up with a prior engagement. So instead, Jim bought his good friend who owns a lot of the real estate in Dallas, Doug Dimmadome.
Yeah.
Are you familiar with him?
Yeah.
It actually took him like 10 minutes to get in because his hat couldn't get through.
It was too tall.
He has the 100-gallon hat.
And he doesn't take it off for anybody.
Yeah.
No,
He doesn't take it off when he showers.
Shouldn't.
He doesn't take it off when he makes love to his wife.
It's very moldy and old. And
Exactly. It's like glued onto his head.
Yeah.
So Doug was there. He was a fast talker. But yeah, Jim was pretty upset.
And Andrew didn't want me to say this on air, but I feel like why wouldn't we? But like
You
the
could
real
say it.
reason Mark Cuban couldn't make it, and this is true, you could look it up because it was in the headlines. He was tied up with a couple hookers at a motel, I think, in the Fort Worth area.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and you could verify that on record. I will go on record, and if Mark Cuban has any type of defamation thing he wants to come at me with, bring it on.
Bring it on.
Yeah, it was weird too because I got like a text message later that night at like 4 a.m. and I was long asleep, but it was from like a random DFW number, and it was like, "Please help me, Cuban has me, come to Fort Worth."
Oh wow.
And I like rolled over and looked at it. And I'm like, "Well, I'm not going to do it. So
4 a.m.
I'm going back to bed."
Well, that's life when you're hanging out with Jimmy Bloom, but you gotta
That's it.
love him because he's a man of his.
Supports the show.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
He hasn't paid us money in a little bit, but he supports the show.
Why would he pay us money when he's already paying us dividends on our stocks
That's
and
it.
investments?
Got a point.
That's it.
That's a good
It's
point.
not financial advice, and I may get in trouble with my employer if they knew, but I've pretty much put all my 401k in a Third Horn. All of it.
Wow.
100%.
You know how you can invest usually in the Vanguard?
Yes.
Jim Bloom has his own. It's called the Bloom Guard,
Yes.
and it's his own fund
Yeah.
index.
Yeah. Well, he built Dallas, dude.
Built it.
Yeah,
That's what people don't know. They thought it was a bunch of oil money. It was
Yeah.
Third Horn money.
people don't
He
know
built
this,
Houston. He was a big part of the
Yeah.
Houston
Yeah.
boom.
Huge city.
but like Vegas is like powered off of the Hoover Dam. People don't realize that Jim Bloom also powers Dallas off of dam power too. But he created the water source for the dam, which is just like
It's a
next.
man-made lake.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny you bring that up, too, because I don't know if you guys remember. Last February, there was that big snowstorm in Dallas.
Yeah.
Well, it
Yeah.
wasn't really a snowstorm. It was like 2 inches of snow that
Right.
Texas
Decimated.
doesn't build their infrastructure
Decimated the
for
city.
anything other than like 80-degree weather.
Uh-huh.
So it was slipping and sliding. People actually thought the power grid failed, but it was Jim Bloom. He couldn't get the funding from local city officials, so he said, "I'm going to shut your power down for a week and see how you guys like me now."
Yeah.
And eventually they caved because people were literally freezing in their homes and dying,
Mm-hmm.
and pipes were bursting. And they said, "Jim, how long will you let this go on for?" He says, "However long it takes." Whatever it takes to get the deal. Again, that's the winner take all mindset of
Dude,
Jim.
seriously.
How can you not respect that? He'll
He's-
kill people for the company
And he does it with pleasure.
with a smile.
With a
You know
smile.
what? That's the art of the deal, though.
That really is the art of the deal.
Literally. And we
That's
won't
good.
go into that. We won't go into
Here's
how
a good
Jim
quote.
trained Donald Trump and
Yeah,
actually stole
yeah.
that. That's a whole
That's
nother-
how the show gets derailed.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We don't support any of that. We're not political.
Yeah. But Jim Bloom, he really is. He's a feisty businessman.
So yeah, to your point, I've had some run-ins with Jim down there in Texas. Haven't been around a lot. I've been traveling.
Oh yeah, tell us about this. Joey told me. How does this work? Did you just could you buy season tickets for college games, or did you just buying tickets weekly and just fucking hopping around? the
Yeah,
country?
so a couple of my buddies and I, shout out Joe and the boys back in Dallas.
Dirty Joe and the boys.
Dirty Joe and the boys. They're probably having a soup kitchen somewhere this morning. Upset that I'm not there. But yeah, so man, the pandemic, we were shut down, and living down in Dallas, there's very central to everything. So we were like, fuck it. Once everything opens back up, let's do a tour. So I've been to Athens, Georgia, Tuscaloosa, Baton Rouge, Jacksonville. Wouldn't recommend going there.
No,
A lot of great
Jacksonville.
places in Florida. Jacksonville's like a Portland in Florida.
Oh, wow.
It's very, very strange. They don't serve liquor at some of these bars, and I'm like, well, I don't want to have your fish head IPA. I want a nice brown drink.
Yeah.
So that's a whole other story. But yeah, so we've been traveling around, and yeah, it's like anything else. You can just buy tickets. So we've had some friends that have really hooked us up, but we've just been traveling around, taking it in, and it's been interesting. The South's interesting, man.
You got any crazy stories from it? I remember Joey told me that you went to one.
Went to Bama solo.
Yes.
Solo, and you just hopped in with the
I was
squad.
and I was with him the weekend before in
Yeah,
Austin,
yeah,
and
yeah.
he was just like, "Should I do Bama?" right? That's what.
We were thinking about
I was
it.
just like, dude, just send it. Go solo.
And I did. I sent it in. And Bama, man, I mean, God bless those people because there's not much going on in Tuscaloosa. Like, you don't think Tuscaloosa and think, like, modern economy.
No.
You think, like,
I think
Publix and
silver
Alabama
dollars.
football. Yeah. And, like, Roll Tide.
Yeah.
And it was funny because, like, the women and the kids there are so all in. I mean, like, these sorority girls are all wearing, like, pins of, like, Nick Saban. And, like, these moms and grandmothers have, like, I'm a Nick chick pinned on them. And I'm like, I honestly think these men would let Nick Saban fuck their wives if that meant the Tide were going to win a title this year.
I respect that.
Again,
listen,
all in.
That's called
all
Southern
in.
hospitality.
How do you feel about all these Southerners? Because you've been jumping around. You know, what's it like going? You know, we're Northerners. We're fucking city
We're
guys.
city slickers.
You
We're
could
city
I feel
slickers.
like, you know, and this might be a hasty generalization about the South, but I feel like we're generally more intelligent than those folks, and you can probably get one over on them a lot.
Yeah, you know, it's been interesting
We're
to
more
say the
cunning,
least.
maybe.
Yeah.
They tell me that I have an accent, and I look at them like, you guys talk ridiculous, and you're telling me I have an accent.
Hey, you got an accent, you know.
They're
that.
like, hey, you Italian boy down here, you Yankee, we don't take too liking to your kind down here, boy.
You damn guinea white dago greaseball spaghetti bending fucks.
You know, but they kept the slurs to a minimum, although sometimes I encourage it. But it's been interesting, man. The South gets a little bit of a bad rap. I mean, they don't have the best track record. You know, they've done some things in the past that
It will rise again.
maybe give you that. And every once in a while, so we drove to Atlanta from Jacksonville. And you know, when you're driving through like backwoods Georgia and like every other, they have this big, I don't know what the obsession is. They have just massive signs on the highway, like not just billboards, but it's usually for three things. It's for fast food, because everybody in the South is very healthy. They're big in fitness down there.
Yeah, CrossFit.
They have like 45 McDonald's and Chick-fil-A's to one gym down there. So very, very.
It's a good ratio.
So you got fast food signs. You got like these very weird, I don't know if it's like trying to get people to be faithful, but it almost looks like someone's like on the edge of like a cliff. They're holding on and it's like, ready to jump off the cliff? Call 83 Faith. Like pushing like religion. And then like, yeah, you'll be driving through and you just still like see these massive like Make America Great Again or Keep America Great Again signs.
Yeah,
Wow.
so
They're big fans of Brandon down there. I don't know who he is, but I kept hearing these Let's Go Brandon chants. Like in Jacksonville, there was a plane flying by on the back. It just had like, you know, down the shore at like Seaside.
Yeah.
they have
The plane's like, oh, come to, you know, Johnny's for happy hour or go to Martell's. Well, in the South, it's like a plane and it says, Let's Go Brandon. And I'm like, I don't know who this Brandon character is, but he gets a lot of play down
I
there.
was thinking about that the other day. Is like that guy's what, just like a fucking race car driver, and now he will forever just be synonymous with
Let's go,
fuck
bro.
Joe
Fuck
Biden.
Joe
Yeah.
Biden.
Jeez.
That's good stuff.
But yeah, Southerners, they're nice people. I don't have any crazy stories about like pitchforks and, you know, tiki torches.
Yeah.
They kept that aside.
That's good.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think you might have talked about this in Austin. You know, we were playing some magic. We were doing a lot of magic tricks.
Yeah.
And, you know, they kind of ran us out of town on that.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
did. I
I
did
heard
talk
they
about
weren't
that.
fans.
Yeah, I started talking to one
They
girl.
probably
and she's
thought
like,
you were doing witchcraft.
yeah, she's like, "You're wait, I know." She's like, "No," she like pulls her away. Don't talk to him. They're the magicians. And
We're
like, oh
magicians.
shit, and they like turn
They
around.
all
I'm
like get
like,
scared, and all of a sudden you guys all reveal capes and top hats.
Yeah. I'm like, we just got here. We've been there for 7 hours. Like, we literally just got here.
That's great.
Yeah, that maybe they weren't fans of that.
That was
but
fun.
it's been fun, man. Traveling around, it's been nice, especially being locked down for a while. Although Texas didn't participate too much in that
Yeah.
week. It's been cool. South is interesting, to say the least.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
And do you feel like, you know, you can make it your full-time home, or do you think you're going to come back north eventually?
You know what? It's interesting, man. I love Dallas. Dallas is great. I'll always have roots there now. But I mean, just for like work and opportunity standpoint, you know, everybody wants to leave Jersey and go to Texas.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm going to do real big brain stuff. I'm going to leave Texas and come
Go to
back to
Jersey.
Jersey.
Good for
So
you.
I'll be back, you know, hopefully here within the near future. But this will always be home. I mean,
Yeah.
everybody's here. So.
Yeah.
How do you think I would do in Texas? Like, if I wanted to bang like a woman over 40 years old, you think I could
Oh,
pull
well,
that?
I mean, it's a great place for that. I mean, I don't know how in depth can we get with stories? What's like the rules here?
That's on.
The
what
only
that's on
rule
me,
is
are.
there is no rules.
Well, okay, so we'll have a story then here because you bring it up, and
I love a good story.
she'll remain nameless.
All right. Yeah, that's fine.
So the first night I was in Dallas, actually, so I went down to look at apartments. I was moving down in October. I think I went down like right around your birthday or Labor Day or something.
Yeah.
So like 2 years ago at this point?
Yeah, so this was 2019, September of 2019. You know, I had just gotten the job offer, so great. You know, I got to find a place to live. I'm not going to make the same mistake of St. Louis where I just picked an apartment off the internet thinking they had like transit there, and I was like 45 minutes away from my office with no car. And they don't have buses or trains in St. Louis because I was a naive 21-year-old. So get down to Dallas. I think I was there for like a Friday through a Sunday. So Friday was like all touring, going to different apartments, looking at places. Finally settle on Sky House. So, all right, great. The big thing's done. That Saturday, you know, I'm in the city. You know, I hang out by the pool and, you know, I go to get dinner and I'm talking to this bartender and I'm like, all right, you know, I'm going to be down here. What do I want to do for like nightlife? You know, I wasn't really sure. It's just me. I, for some reason, have a lot of good experiences when I go out on my own. I don't know why. Mm-hmm. I think it's because I'm on my own and I either can just be a jerk off in the corner or I can just like start mingling with people.
Right.
So I choose to mingle. So this guy, long story short, tells me about this speakeasy. It's Dallas Candy Company, but when you walk in, you give them a password and they open the door and it's like a crazy like bar and club.
Wow.
Very cool.
What was the password?
I think it was like Snickers. It's
Fuck
always
my
a
sister.
It was "Have you fucked my wife?"
Have you fucked my wife?
Actually, it was "Let's go, Brandon." And that's what it was. So I said, "Let's go, Brandon." At the door. God gave me, you for the
sounds
cause.
good to
Gave
me.
Yeah. He's like, "Yeah, brother, I'm with you." Gave me a little pound walk in. The one thing about this Truth and Alibi place, it's great. Been back a bunch since. Always a great scene. They have very like interesting artwork on the place. Like there was literally like a portrait of Vladimir Lenin on the on the wall. And I was a little confused. I'm like,
who's that? Oh, that's Lenin, man. You don't know his work.
I'm like, Vlad Lenin, Texas, kind of like oil and water. I'm like, maybe this is why they have a front on this place. They don't want the actual Texans to come
They probably have no idea who that is.
Because they're like, who's this bald guy?
He's some Renaissance painter, man.
He was a soybean farmer back in '53.
You don't know who that is? That's the Six Flags guy. You know,
Yes,
Cletus Von John.
Cletus Johnson. So I get in there, I'm on my own, and long story short, I wound up running into, you know, these very nice older women. They actually were in their early 50s.
Whoa.
And, you know, we'll leave it at that. So to your question about how you would do down there and meeting elder women, I actually think Dallas-Fort Worth.
Why are we leaving it at that? Give me the tasty deets, dude.
That's for the Patreon. That's for the Patreon. You have to pay for that. You have to pay for that.
Right,
you don't
like
get that shit free.
Yeah.
But actually, I think this is according to like Ashley Madison. That's like the website you go on if you have like a wife and you want to cheat on her or something.
Yeah,
I don't have one of those, so I don't know about that.
That like leaked a couple years ago, and all these guys like they found out they were cheating. And
yes, and Dallas-Fort Worth. I don't know what the metric is. I guess by like affairs or like how many people get run out of the house by their wives. Dallas-Fort Worth is apparently the number one most like infidelity. What is it? Fidelity? Infido? Infidelity?
Well, it's infidelity.
Whatever it is, they have the highest per capita of affairs or people who cheat on their significant other in the country.
Really?
So there's a lot of women there, a lot of older women that, you know, fancy themselves going to Truth and Alibi with a bunch of, you know, 25-year-olds.
Wow.
Sounds like a place for me.
So I think you do okay.
I just want to like bang some guy's wife, and then he catches me with the shotgun. He's like, "You fucking dirty Guinea City slicker," and then he pulls me aside. He's like, "Listen. You can fuck my wife anytime you want. That's fine. That's fine by me. You just gotta ask me first. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what you do in your spaghetti town with your Guinea parents.
We got manners in these parts.
You're gonna ask me man to man.
If you want to fuck my wife, you better ask me.
Sit down and say, Matthew, can I fuck your wife?
Bring me over some cattle or something, at least as an offer.
Come on, man.
Come on, man.
Bring me a hog, man.
You give him a hog and a 3-2-1 cigarette, you can do anything with their wife.
Dude.
You can fuck my wife, you can spit on her, kill her. I don't care as long as you bring me some livestock. We're just
My
making
daughter's fixing for a husband too, man. That's a whole other conversation.
She's 12, but I think she's ready to go. If you want, you bring over a couple horses.
They'll trade it. They'll literally trade their 12-year-old daughter for a thoroughbred.
Andrew's probably like, dude, I know so many nice people from Texas that are very intelligent, and we're just like generalizing.
No, there's definitely nice people, but I also like I'm an asshole too because I still have like the stereotypes of like sandy cheeks like Texas.
Yeah.
Like, what's the difference between this rock? There is none. It's Texas.
No,
What is
yeah.
with you?
It's
Are
like,
people from Texas?
He's like, oh, they're stupid? No, they're from Texas. What's the difference?
I haven't seen any Alaskan bullworms down in Texas,
No,
though.
okay.
Yet.
If I go down there, you'll see one.
You'll bring the first
You'll
Alaskan
actually bring
bullworm.
It's
Alaskan
in my
bullworm.
pants. You know what I'm saying? But then it won't be hairy anymore because of the Manscaped
That's right.
Lawnmower 4.0.
Shout out
Shout out
Manscaped.
Manscaped.
Oh, God. Well, listen, dude. I'm glad to hear that your Texas adventure's going good, and I'm excited to have you back up north sooner than later because
Yes.
we got a lot of good things going here. We want to get into business with you, Andrew. We want you to invest in us, and we want to invest in you.
Yeah. No, I was telling Joey, I had been talking to Peter Schiff lately, and I think we're going to
Yeah.
have some big deals coming up.
Yeah.
Folks, this holiday season, I'm giving thanks to the people over at Manscaped. Do I tell my extended family that I've been using the PP 4.0, the performance package, from the global leaders in below-the-waist grooming? Not to mention, it includes the Lawnmower 4.0. It's a trimmer to tame my bush and score brownie points with the in-laws, though I don't have any. Gift yourself Manscaped, or the man in your life who needs it. Join the 4 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped with 20% off and free shipping using the code GOODCRACK at manscaped.com.
You know, guys, I was using the wrong trimmer for so long. For years. I don't want to name any names, but it was the name of a nut. And this trimmer was just slicing my balls Sunday to Tuesday. There was blood everywhere. You don't want to do that. But then the Lawnmower 4.0 came into my life and gave me a nice, clean shave. Love it down there, man.
It's amazing. It's amazing. And if you get the Performance Package 4.0, which we got right here and we're going to show you, you're going to get a bunch of great stuff. Inside of it, you'll find the Lawnmower 4.0, which we've showed you plenty of times. Ceramic blade, 4K light to shave in the dark and for those hard-to-reach places. It's amazing.
It's great.
What do you think about that?
I love it. Look. It's a little ASMR. Little Manscaped ASMR.
That's nice.
Unbelievable
That's
technology.
great stuff, dude.
What else do we got?
What else do we got? We also have the Weed Whacker. What does the Weed Whacker do? You know,
Nose and ear trimmer.
Nose and ears.
That's great.
It's great.
You get to that certain age, guys, you don't realize you got nose hairs, and you fucking let me get after that.
Yeah,
dude.
I
It's
almost
great.
used it.
You use it. It's nose hairs.
Tremendous
It's almost
Nice.
orgasmic.
It's amazing. And that too also comes with its own like wireless charger, all the good stuff, you know. And not only are you going to get that, and not to mention, by the way, folks, 9,000 RPMs in this motor.
Fucking
A lot of
crazy.
Not
horsepower.
fucking around. You're also going to be getting another thing. You're going to get the Crop Reviver. And this right here, we've talked about it. It's a ball toner.
Yeah, I love
You know,
it.
you get out of the shower, spray it on your nuts.
Yeah, even midday. This I say for midday. I like it because it's like, oh, fuck, I just got off work. I've been getting my swamp balls all day. You give it a nice little spritz. It's fucking amazing. But what I do right out of the shower is the one and the only ball deodorizer.
The Crop Preserver.
The
And
Crop
this is big.
Preserver is great stuff. A little fucking cream on your hand. You lather up your sack. It smells like fucking golden showers down there.
And then the
That doesn't
best
sound
part,
right.
folks, if you get the Performance Package 4.0, it's going to come complete with a Manscaped carrying bag.
Oh, the
A
carrying
nice
bag is
toiletry
great.
bag for when you're traveling. You want to, you know, you're going down to Florida, you're going down to Jacksonville, you're going to Kenosha. You know, you're going to want to
Go
bring
to Wisconsin.
You're going to Wisconsin. You want to bring everything packed in a bag that's convenient and easy to put in your luggage. And it's this right here. Hell, Matt's coming to Brooklyn to spend the night by me. He's going to bring it in this.
I'm going to always bring it.
We're going to shave
And
together.
I'll tell you what, I always bring my 4.0 on the road because you never know when you're going to need to shave them pubis.
Yeah, you got to
Yeah.
keep the pubis clean. And, you know, it's great because gifting something like this, it's the ultimate hack to become the most loved in the family.
Yeah.
It's true.
Absolutely,
It's
man.
true. That's a fact.
I'm going to be fucking walking into Thanksgiving dinner with my family with my cock out. Just
Good.
to show them. I have
Yeah.
20 people coming over. My aunts, my uncles, and my cousins.
Show it to
I'm
them.
going to walk out with my dick just swinging.
Yes.
And they're going to be like, oh my God, Matt. That's a bald cock.
They're going to say, you know, it's funny. Your one uncle might be like, it looks exactly the way it did at the hospital that day when you were
Yeah.
born. Clean.
They're going to say, Matt, we don't even mind if you fuck the turkey because at least we know you won't get any hair in it.
Yeah,
I won't
It's
have
like,
any
hey,
hair
can we
in
have
my...
that for dinner instead
Yeah.
of the
Someone's
turkey?
got to stuff this thing.
I'm going to stuff that fucking thing with my big old hairy cock. Not hairy, veiny cock.
Yeah.
You don't see any
Clean.
hair.
No
hair
Clean.
anymore.
That's
No
good.
hair.
And guys, not only that, they have some new products. And they're actually on the way to us right now. We don't have the physicals to show you. You're going to be catching it next week's episode. But Manscaped just released their refined body wash. It's a 2-in-1 shampoo conditioner.
Oh, I'm so excited.
That's
dude.
big.
That
you
is
could clean the
huge.
body, clean the sack, and then you got a nice 2-in-1.
Dude, I'm a
hair.
working man. You know, I got this hairless cock now, but I still don't have the time to get out as much as I want to. So in the mornings, instead of having to use shampoo first, then conditioner, do 2-in-1.
Yeah.
How much time that's gonna
So
save?
2 birds, 1 stone.
That extra like 2 minutes I'll save doing that will be that extra 2 minutes I need at the bar with this nice 50-year-old woman, and she's got nice leathery skin from years of sun exposure.
Yep.
And all of a sudden I whip out my dick, and she goes, "Wow, that's a nice shaft," and she fillets me on her divan in her Upper West Side apartment that she's owned for 50 years.
And that's just poetic justice. Take us out on that one.
Hey, listen, guys. We're really excited about Manscaped, and we want you to get your 20% off and your free shipping with the code GOODCRACK at manscaped.com. That's 20% off, free shipping with the code GOODCRACK at manscaped.com. Be thankful this holiday season for the best gift of all from Manscaped. Your balls would thank you. I'll tell you what, Andrew, you use Manscaped, right? We hooked you up.
Yeah, no, it really changed my life because for so long I couldn't find my balls because there was so much hair. I didn't even know if I had them.
Oh, it was like a forest.
It was like the Amazon when you got to chop through with a machete.
Yeah.
But then I got the lawnmower 4.0.
Yeah.
And now I actually have balls. And I actually lost my virginity recently because
Really?
Wow.
So I owe a lot to Manscaped.
Wow.
Manscaped has made me a man.
Well, how old are you now?
I'm almost 29.
Guys, it took Andrew 29 years to get his nut off.
Yep.
Because of Manscaped.
Yeah, and Manscaped gave that to him.
Yeah.
They
Talk
saved
about
me.
a testimonial.
Yeah,
They
talk
saved
about a testimonial.
I was talking about this with our
Testy.
friend Patty the other day, where we were like, if you hit the age of 27, 28, 29, 30, still virgin, it's tough. It's really tough.
It is.
Once you hit that point, it's really tough to
very
make it
tough.
out of those waters.
It's very tough.
But there's hope.
I'm
tell
a
you
living
what,
example.
There's hope.
I'm
The
a shining
catalyst is
example.
right
And
here.
the thing about
Right here.
Manscaped is so great is like, yeah, they got the fucking 4.0. It's great. That's their crown jewel. That's their main product, right? It's a fucking clean shave, really low on nicks. It's great. But then you got all these other great products, the crop preserver, everything. Dude, even look, I'll tell you what. Check this out. I didn't even realize it. Let's take a look. Could you see this, folks? I'm wearing their boxers.
They got
right now.
boxers.
These are the anti-chafe boxers. Guys, you know what it's like. You're sitting at your desk all day, right? Your balls are fucking cooking. You know what I mean? It's like the Ganges River down there. It's a swamp. It's fucking, I got little fucking alligators coming out of there. It's literally, it's like the bayou.
Bayou down there.
My balls like the Tuscaloosa some days. When you wear these fucking anti-chafe, anti-sweat fucking boxers, it's amazing. It's cool down there. It's like the fucking tundra. It's beautiful, man.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. This Manscaped product.
This whole Manscaped thing, man. Wow.
Not
I'm a fan.
Not bad, man.
Yeah,
my
not
balls
bad.
smell like
Yeah.
roses because of their stuff. I mean,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah, so
amazing.
folks, don't forget, 20% off free shipping with the code GOODCRACK at manscaped.com. That's GOODCRACK at manscaped.com.
This Thanksgiving, don't let your family see your pubes. Let them see your clean dick. You
Yeah.
know?
Pubeless.
Pubeless.
You know, I think Thanksgiving is a big time for incest for people.
So do it right.
Do it right.
If you're gonna fuck your cousin,
Make sure you have clean balls.
yeah,
Line-
have some respect. That's your family. I love Peter
Him
Schiff.
and Peter
Loves
Schiff,
it.
another one.
You know, he's got a lot of that get off my lawn energy
Yeah.
because he's like, you know, doesn't like Bitcoin and crypto and stuff, which is fine. I mean, you know, to each their own. Not that
Yeah.
I agree with it. But, you know, yeah, we got a lot of things in the works.
I heard Peter Schiff was investing in a hot dog that could cook itself.
The story got a little taken out of context. It was actually a banana stand. I mean, because there's always money in a banana stand.
Oh, I know what you mean.
Right, you know.
Banana stand.
Banana stand.
Bananas.
Empanadas in the stand.
Those are great.
Blowjobs. He's paying money for blowjobs.
Yeah, he got really caught up doing something down at the border. I don't know what was going on, but they were shipping bananas in
Hey, listen.
across the border.
To each his own, right?
To each his own,
To each
man.
his own.
Hey, man. Listen, you want these bananas? They're gonna cost you $20 a key. That's just how it
I don't
works.
judge people how they make a living, all right?
No, well. Speaking of which, I saw this guy making quite a living in Chinatown.
Who's that?
I was in Chinatown the other day, and I saw like this guy that working, and he works for the Chinatown Block Watch. And This guy's patrolling the streets. He's like an average, chubby Asian dude, and he's rocking like a full camo getup, beret, and mask, and he's like the block watch.
Was he part of the thing that Curtis Lewa is, like the Guardian Angels?
No.
Was he wearing like a cap?
No. That's way more organized and legitimate.
No
This was
beret?
like, no, it was like a beret he was wearing, yeah, but it was like, it was the Chinatown block watch, and so I was with Marty, and I'm like, dude, look at this fucking guy. And so I'm like, he has a utility belt on, so I'm like, oh.
He's packing.
He's legit, he's packing.
Nunchucks.
So, dude, I walk up, we were like at a corner waiting to cross, and I check him out. And there wasn't a single thing in the utility belt that could be used as a weapon. Like, one slot was like sanitizer, another slot was an umbrella, another slot had like a phone in it, another slot wallet. And
he was ready to fight COVID.
And this is the guy that was like patrolling the streets of Chinatown.
Yeah.
With the rise of Asian hate crimes, like,
Yeah.
this is who's gonna...
He's going to just take you out with like the hand sanitizer. Like, he's
Yeah.
going to throw it in your eyes.
He probably had like secret blades like the Assassin's Creed in his fucking wrist.
Maybe that's that's the ploy. He wants people like me to be like, look at this
Right.
schmuck, and then he's just gonna size you.
Then he just guts you.
Dude, that's why we need more Guardian Angels. Did you guys know about the Guardian Angels? Like,
Well, I know about the whole like Curtis.
Yeah, well,
what is it, Curtis Lewa?
Curtis Lewa, and he just
Lewa.
ran for
mayor, right?
Well, yeah, New York Nico did like a thing on him like a while ago. They're boys.
Well, I don't know why I knew this. I think I just like watched something about it a long time ago. But they like started in like he started the Guardian Angels in like the 80s, and they were like this like troop that was like, we're gonna fucking take matters into our own hands when like the subways
Vigilantes.
Yeah.
And they'd patrol, and like if there was any rapers around, they'd like fuck them up or whatnot. But
They'd
then,
shoot him with like an AR-15, right?
Yeah, they would.
They'd mow him down.
Yeah, because that's legal. I don't know if you knew this.
It's self-defense.
Yeah.
It's totally lawful. To
Something
just
happened
walk
with that
around.
recently, right?
I don't know. There's always something
Save
in
it for
the
the Patreon.
headlines. Nah, listen, who knows? You guys been watching the news lately?
I've been watching the news.
I've been watching a lot of.
You see, I saw that whole thing, that whole scandal or that big thing.
Oh yeah.
Pete Davidson is dating Kim K.
Yeah.
And Alec Baldwin is gonna murder Kim Kardashian.
Yep,
is what I heard. He's been walking around with pistols.
He wants some walking around money, he said.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Pete Davidson's life's over now, huh?
Dude, what the fuck?
Like,
is
it's going
good
to
with
burn.
that,
Like,
dude?
no one comes out of that. Like, if you get involved with the Kardashians, as beautiful and attractive as many of them
you're
may
done.
be,
You're done.
your life, so it's like Kris Jenner, like, jabs you. And we're not talking vaccines. Like, she puts, like, a little jab, like, you're under their
like
control.
a serum.
Yeah, she puts, like, nails
Like, oh, I'm going to
He
wear the
spent
new...
his fucking birthday
with them.
But it was at Kris Jenner's house.
Shilling,
Wait,
like,
Pete
her new...
Davidson did
yeah.
already?
Well, it's confirmed now, and so the way they confirmed it was, ready for this, crew? Pete Davidson, Kim Kardashian, Kris Jenner, and Flava Flav
Oh my
celebrated
God.
Pete's birthday at Kris Jenner's house.
It sounds like a group of people you would see in, like, a rehab clinic. Except they're at, like, the Kardashians'
I didn't even get out
house.
Flava Flav, and Flava Flav said, like, happy birthday to, like, my stepson, Pete Davidson, or something like that. I'm just like,
So what, is he, like, tapping Kris Jenner now?
I have no idea.
Can you
dude.
imagine Flavor Flav?
I mean, couldn't you see it?
Yeah.
I don't know.
And weren't they all like shilling? Like, this is the thing too, which you almost have to give Kris Jenner, because I don't really pay
She's
much
a
attention to this
mastermind.
shit because it's so fucking stupid. And I think, honestly, sorry, this is going to offend some people. If you like live and die with the Kardashians, you're a fucking idiot.
Yeah,
let's
no,
just
absolutely.
let's just put that on the
That's
table.
okay. Let that be
It's okay.
offensive.
Like, hey, you don't like me for it. Fuck you. I don't really care. But not only do they introduce like the new relationships, but Kris Jenner, that marketing genius, she introduced them, and I'm pretty sure they were all shilling like a new like pajama line that they came up with. So like,
like a
not only
fucking
did Pete
pimp. She's a
Davidson,
glorified pimp.
yeah, get
Oh,
his
yeah.
balls removed. Like, she literally, I think Kris Jenner takes your testicles when you start dating her daughters. It's like, okay, we're gonna introduce you, but yeah, you got to wear like these pajamas that we're selling to everybody. now.
Yeah.
No shame.
Poor guy.
I don't know if
Shameless.
this is a hot take, but I got two takes on this.
Take it away.
I don't think Pete Davidson's talented or funny. A.
No.
And B, how is he just walking around banging the plethora of all the women in Hollywood?
He has to have
He
like a
has
40-inch
huge
cock.
Yeah.
He has
one
to have
of
a
those,
horse
He's
cock.
one of those tall, skinny dudes, like tatted up. and
Why
he has
is that in now?
It's always been.
It's
in.
genetics, man.
It's just always
Yeah.
been.
It's been in to be tall, skinny, pale as
tatted.
fuck, and tatted up.
Yeah, just like he has the you know, like the punk boy energy, and
Yeah.
he probably has a huge hammer.
It's like down to his fucking
Yeah.
ankle.
Yeah.
I would beat the fuck
And
out
also
of
think
Pete
about
Davidson.
like this. Think about it like this too.
I'm challenging
Pete Davidson,
Davidson to
ready?
a fight.
Kim with Kanye. You think Kim's controlling any of that?
No.
Kim with Pete. She's got the hammer down.
The dog walking.
He's a nice dude. So
yeah, but
he's
like, don't you
just,
think like at least he like passes himself off as like an intelligent person? Like you have to be somewhat intelligent to be on SNL, right?
I think to
Like,
get
what do
where
you think? That's a good
do
point.
you
I
have
No,
think
you
no.
don't
I
really.
mean, listen, I'll give him credit to get like where he
Yeah,
is. He
yes,
has to be somewhat
yes.
So like,
intelligent.
what do you think like they talk about?
Oh, that I don't know.
we got to the store. I don't know. I'm a fucking
I feel
Pete
like
Davidson.
people like that
Yeah,
just
those
talk
conversations
about
are
their
just-
conversations are like new like collabs they're gonna try and do or like new like oh I'm thinking of doing a candle like brand. Oh no way.
I just imagine every conversation when you're like with the Kardashians is like where you're gonna eat that day.
I was just gonna say, it's like, do we want to have like Nobu or
Yeah.
Ocean Prime for dinner?
And she's like, oh my god.
Oh no, it's so like slummy in Ocean Prime. Like, let's have Nobu. It's like, yeah,
you
that's
wanna
it.
go to eat in Calabasas?
Oh my god!
Like,
You don't want to Uber
no one
Eats
wants
it?
to go to Calabasas.
That's so like pre-pandemic.
I got a scenario for you guys, and hear me out. And
Let's
like
hear
this
it.
is a real question. You could say yes or no, and I want the unbridled truth from you. If we had a button in front of us right now, and you could click this button, and if you click this button, these events would follow, and you couldn't stop them. You click this button, a jet takes off from the Eastern Bloc, Russia, or wherever the fuck they're at there. Hasbulla flies into the United States of America, takes every person of the Kardashian bloodline, and executes them in Times Square by pistol shot. Hasbulla, and live streams it to TV. Would you allow that to happen?
I would accidentally drop my phone near this button on top of the button and be
Yeah.
like, oh fuck, I broke my screen again, and then I'd be like, oh no, okay, all right, okay, I
Yeah,
guess so.
It's like the same scenario we do every time.
Oh, I
the
hit the button.
Kardashians are on Jimmy Fallon.
The Kardashians are on Jimmy Fallon.
Oh my God, the Kardashians! It's so good to have you here, Kim. You got a huge ass. What's that
And
like?
then they're like, wait, who's this? And then Hasbulla comes out and he's like, you know what I like, Jimmy? You know what I don't like, Jimmy? I don't like living in a society where society is society. And then he just bow.
Kills all the Kardashians.
Kills all of them.
Fuck you, Kardashians. Bang, bang,
Fuck
bang.
you,
bang,
Kim
bang.
K.
Bow, bow, bow.
No, but he doesn't shoot him. He beheads all of them with his roundhouse kick. Like when he hits them, it's like Mortal Kombat. It just
he has
knocks
like
them out
ice
of the park.
skates on.
Yeah,
He does
even
it and
better.
just
Wow.
slides.
He just pummels Kim's face. You know how he likes to punch people in the face?
That is such a modern way to behead someone. Put ice skates on him with
And
a
have
roundhouse.
someone like
just
roundhouse.
clean right
like
off.
like a really good martial artist.
Like
do it.
Magomedov.
Yeah, Magomedov.
Bula.
Yeah, it's like fucking Blades of Glory, the Iron Lotus.
Dude, you see Dobrik and linking up with Abdu Razik? I put it on the story the other day.
fuck that
What a
guy.
bitch.
Isn't
he's a
Dobrik
sick-
like a child molester or something?
No, he's the guy who he shot up the massage parlor in
Yes,
Atlanta.
that's true. That did happen.
Wait, what?
David Dobrik, the
He
vlogger.
shot at a bunch of.
You know the massage
Remember a
parlor
couple
that
months
got shot
ago?
up
Yeah,
in
he
Atlanta?
went.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that was David Dobrik. Yeah.
He like drove a Tesla through the front window and he's like, "This is yours."
And he's a
now."
free man.
yeah.
Well, he just
It's good to see the
actually-
justice system.
I don't
man.
know if you
Okay.
saw.
Okay.
I don't know if you saw, but there was a trial this week that it was for David Dobrik. He was
Right.
running
Well,
around
they
with
sent-
AR-15.
they sent-
Yeah,
They
Kenosha, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and they said, David, you know, your YouTube content is just way too integral to society, so we're gonna let you go on this one, but don't let it happen again.
Well, and then one of the arguments they made was like he's given out 9 free Teslas since he's turned 19.
yeah, and
Wow.
he gave them all to homeless people. So
Wow.
like, think about
Homeless
it.
YouTubers.
Right.
He saved 9 lives,
like a-
but he took 12.
And it's like you get a car and it's a home.
Yeah.
So it's like people are all mad that homeless people don't get housing. Just give them a Tesla.
Well, they gave it to one YouTuber who launched his career because he was able to edit his movies on the the
Wow.
Tesla, and he was like, "Hey man, I've been editing commercials all day
Wow.
long. These guys pull up to the parking lots, plug it in, and they're just getting after
Tesla.
it. It's a work from home type."
you see a lot of Teslas in Texas.
Do
Because
you?
Elon's down there.
Oh yeah, they're gonna do the factory.
Elon's
up
taking
there,
over.
right?
Yeah.
They're taking over here too.
Yeah,
There's a
you
lot
see a lot
around
of them.
here.
You know, they're cool cars. I don't know. You know, there's a lot of problems I think with them that get swept under the rug. But you know,
Yeah, you're very big against it. We've
Oh
talked
really?
about
You're
this before.
anti-Tesla?
I'm not big
not
against
anti,
it.
but-
I just think like it gets framed where like, oh, it's self-driving. Well, yeah, it's self-driving, but if you don't pay attention, you're gonna fucking crash and die.
Oh yeah.
And it's with any good.
Well, you also brought up the one time we talked about of just like all this shit that has been swept under.
Yeah, like there's so many recalls of Teslas or like things that happen with them, but because Elon is such a big personality and like makes jokes about Bernie Sanders being dead on Twitter that nobody like cares about it. But I mean, we'll see. I mean, there's other competitors. We'll see what happens. But cool cars. Elon, seems to be a cool guy, but who knows?
What would you guys do if we get to the day? Because like the whole thing is this, like those cars can pretty successfully drive themselves now. It's that it's too hard to have autonomous vehicles on the road while there's people that are driving cars on the road. Mm-hmm. But like, there's gonna be a day where you could probably comfortably sit in a car that's
in the metaverse.
Itself. Yeah, that too. But what would you do in a car that could drive itself? What would you take advantage of? Would you read? Would you sleep? Would you be drunk as fuck?
Sleep.
Man, there's so many things you could do.
Dude,
I don't even think I care about it so much to be able to do shit like that. I just want to be able to, like, I would probably pay attention to my drive. I just don't want to do anything. Like,
I don't want to have to
I just want to
break.
like sit back and just.
Yeah. Really? I would be in the backseat reading a novel.
Yeah, you'd be jaying off in the backseat.
I could jay off.
You could jay off.
You could jaying off.
I could jay my. I could jay my C.
I can't. I wouldn't be able to get through my head. Like, I wouldn't be able to read. I would be too uncomfortable.
Yeah, I don't think I could do that.
Like, I would be like in the back of my head. I'd be like, I feel like I should.
You don't think it would be one of the most triumphant nuts you had if you're in the
No,
back
I'd jay
off. I think that's probably the first thing I'd do.
I'd jay off for sure.
Yeah.
Give it a little beat down.
Yeah, I would fucking put it on their big console and I would just
throw it right on.
You know?
And all of a sudden you're like, oh, hey, we just passed Albany. We're almost
like, oh, we're almost at Schenectady. I can't wait to get back to school.
And
like some guy just sees me like
jaying
busting a nut on the tollway.
There's just like a Twitter video. It's like, this guy was jaying his O.
This guy was jaying his D on the New York Thruway.
Elon responds like, I don't suggest this. You shouldn't do this.
No, he would make like some witty jerking off joke, and people would be like, dude, he's the fucking man.
He's the man.
This is why self-driving cars are great.
He'd be like, haha. No, this is what he would do. They would see Pornhub on the screen. He'd be like, haha, driving a Tesla and still jaying off to Pornhub and not browsers, sick. And people would be like, dude, Elon's so funny.
Tesla beats the competition again.
He's gonna like make like a fucking like deal where it's like, if you buy the new Plaid Model S, you get a free month of browsers.
Yeah,
Tesla's come with browsers.
There'd be an opportunity.
Yeah.
I feel like you go, I mean, in this day and age, imagine you were jerking off in your Tesla while it's self-driving. You'd go viral. You'd probably get like a Netflix documentary.
Yeah.
Probably.
If not, like Amazon Prime. Something like that.
Well, Amazon Prime is the easiest for sure.
Yeah, like you could do anything.
They're on the come up though.
Yeah.
They're about to have Lord of the Rings, this TV show.
No, but I'm saying we can make a short film tomorrow and get it on Amazon Prime. Yeah. We'd probably make 6 cents per stream. But.
Do you want to make a short film about me, Jay, and my D in the back of a Tesla?
And get it on Amazon?
Tesla man.
The Amazon Prime Choice Awards.
That would be good.
Yeah, man, I don't know. It'd be cool to be in a self-driving car. I would take advantage of it. I saw like a video of one that like Hyundai is making that just has a living room in the back of an SUV. Guys just playing guitar.
With a conversation pit.
It literally has a conversation pit.
And a fondue pot. It's like Don Draper's apartment in the city. If they put that in the entire back seat of a Hyundai.
I would literally kill any small child you presented me to right now to be living in like an apartment like Don Draper's. Like conversation pits and fondue.
Dude, conversation pits should
bring it
come
back.
Yeah, they're fire.
Why are they gone?
Yeah, why did they go?
It's such a dope look.
Remember,
you can literally like walk straight onto your couch, or you can like take the little like ledge
Stairs.
Down, and there's so many ways to get after
dude,
it.
I would have so many more conversations.
Yeah.
Right? And nobody has them. Everything's like everybody's on their phone, not in the conversation pit.
No.
Honestly, if you take your phone out in the conversation pit, I throw it in the fire.
Yeah, in the fondue pot.
Drop it in the fondue pot. Dude. And then mix it in with the fondue.
Oh, wow. Imagine we should single-handedly bring back conversation.
I'm in.
Like, we should make this technology where you step in it, it just, like, your phone goes
dead.
That's great.
Wow.
Yeah.
Make it a dead zone in your house.
Like a force field.
Literally.
Oh, dude, you guys know the jazz, what's her name? Astrud Gilberto?
No.
She's great. She's a bossa nova jazz musician. I'll play some music right now. My biggest dream in life, I want to just be in a 1960s home in a conversation pit, just finish fondue with a woman who has her hair in a big honeycomb bob, and I want to make sweet love to her to this music. It's great. You guys know bossa nova, right?
While you smoke a 3, 2, 1 and you have a nice glass of brown right there.
Yeah, and then when I'm done, I'm like, get out of here, toots. But dude, where is it? This song is great.
Be like, oh, we're gonna win that Lucky Strike contract, I swear.
I'm in a robe. So, Toots, Joe, you be the girl. What do you do for a living?
Well, I'm actually trying to get my beauty license.
That's great. Yeah, I'm an ad man. I sell advertisements. I work in New York City. Have you heard of that place?
Well, gee, I've always dreamt of going to New York.
Oh, yeah, it's great. So listen, I'm going to take this robe off, right? Yeah? Is that okay with you? Okay, here we go.
Okay. This sounds a lot like how Harvey Weinstein would
You want to be in a movie, huh?
like, hey, have you heard of The Big City?
Want to be in a movie?
Want this role in the latest Tarantino?
Take my dick out.
Yeah.
No, it's all right. That was just a little taste of what
That
it
was
would have been
good.
like. That was only me in the 1960s.
Right. That was acceptable
You're a
back then.
progressive man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just get a secretary back to your house, put her in the conversation pit, go to town. She enjoys it though. It's allowed.
Yeah. That's how you would progress
yeah,
your
dude.
career back then.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Now they call that Me Too.
Hey, me too, baby. That's all I gotta say. Hey, you want to have sex? Me too. Yeah. Oh God. We've had some controversial takes. Pete Davidson, Mark
It's all right.
Cubes.
This is how you blow up, right?
This
This is how we blow up.
This is what I'm here for. I'm here to blow it up.
Blow it up.
I'm
Blow
flying
it
in
up.
from Texas. Blow it up.
Andrew, so what have you been doing now that you're back? You see any friends? You go out at all? Hit the streets, bro?
Yeah, you know what? I'm glad you brought this up because me and a couple of my buddies got dinner at River Palm on
Good
Thursday
topic.
night.
Where's River Palm?
Now it's in Edgewater. River Palm, it's a great restaurant, but it has such a vibe there. And we were laughing about this at dinner, and I was telling Joey this, and I'll share it with our listeners as well. River Palm is like that place. And honestly, I could do a whole speaking of advertising, we could do a whole marketing campaign for
The
them.
River Palm Terrace.
It's like all the people that like hate their wives or miserable that live in the city, but when you cross the river, you can be anybody at the River Palm Terrace. And it's like you see like all these like 50-year-old guys there with gotta be like their 20-something-year-old girlfriends, like cheating on their wives
So
and
sad.
making out in like booths. Like we had to wait like 30 minutes for our reservation. It was 4 of us. We had a normal table. There's like couples, 2 people in like 8-person booths. And I'm like, maybe we could get this going a little bit more efficiently. So there's that. There's the guys that, they don't want to be who they are anymore, but they can be anybody at the River Palm
right.
with they're having their affairs. And then there's like the other coin of it where like Rocco and Frankie are like sitting around the table, like figuring out how they're going to siphon money from the school board and like corrupt the water commission or something.
Hey, listen, I'm just saying, Frank, you take this fucking guy out, you put me in the office, we make college
That's
free,
We get the rat holes going with Johnny and Third Horn Investments.
Folks, we have another sponsor coming to you today. They're a favorite here, one of our favorites ever, probably.
You
Third
know
Horn
him,
Investments.
you love him, Third Horn Investments.
Needs no introduction.
Yeah.
Now, listen, Andrew, he's a finance man. You work in the biz, right?
Everybody's looking for returns these days. Everybody wants to make their money work.
And I know you're a corporate rival, but you even said you'd come on here because you're friends with Jimmy Bloom, and you would speak to how great of a company they're running out there in the Dallas-Fort
I am.
Worth
It's
area.
amazing. He's a pioneer. He's on the forefront of new technology, and I'm pretty sure. What's the offer? He told me something that he was going to release about giving money to folks. What is the actual
Oh,
offer?
he did. Yeah, he did release that. It's a $50,000 match on your first investment.
Yeah.
Well, up to $50,000.
He will give you
match.
$50,000.
Whatever you invest, he'll match it up to $50,000. Yep.
How am I ever going to get clients for my company? How do we compete with stuff like this?
I don't know. And then I don't know if you guys heard this, but Jimmy Bloom was he just recently went through a divorce with his wife.
Wow.
And now he's dating Kim Kardashian.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I heard they're going to put on an NFT.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jim's getting into NFTs now.
I heard that
yeah.
too.
He's jumped in big. He's got like board cock club. He's got all the unfazed Chooch Gang
Yeah.
NFTs.
Hoo-ha's.
The hoo-has.
I remember back in
It
like
was.
'94, we were all out with Jimmy Bloom in Boca.
Oh, God,
94,
what a time.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
and
was
we
born.
were-
Don't remember much from
We were
94.
snorting Chotch and K, and Jimmy Bloom took us out on his boat, and he's like, "Let me show you guys something." And I don't know if you remember this, but he took out a golf club, and then he brought out like a small man, and with a bag over his head, and then he just proceeded to beat that man to death, and then threw him overboard. And he looks at us. Do you remember what he said?
He's like,
That guy was going to infringe on my business.
That was Satoshi Nakamoto.
oh, right. I'm thinking of the other story when he beat the guy with the golf club, threw him over. He's like, that's going to be the most sought after NFT ever.
He's taken out the competition so many times, but I'm pretty sure that's when he killed Satoshi Nakamoto.
Yeah.
That was the
That's not
day
gonna
that the
come out.
Bitcoin market went live.
Yeah, it was 2008.
Yep.
Well,
Yeah.
no, 94.
But Jimmy was
He
really
stole
ahead
the
of game.
plans and then he let
and
it lay in wait. He didn't want to
Yeah.
put in too much attention
Yeah,
because
because the internet wasn't
you know
good
he
enough
was
yet.
a person of interest
Something
for
like
Satoshi
that.
for a
He
while.
hired Satoshi to create Bitcoin in the blockchain, and then he killed him.
And killed him on the yacht.
Assumed his identity.
And he's going to be releasing that as an NFT eventually.
What, the murder?
Yeah.
Just like the driver hitting Satoshi's skull
yeah.
on the yacht.
It's
I
a
think
gift.
Jim's going to love this ad. I'll tell you
I
that
think he
much.
is too.
I love Jim.
Me too.
Me too.
Me too.
Jim, let's have dinner at Nick and Sam soon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got to give Jim a call.
Yeah.
It's hard to call Jim when we have the same phone, you know?
Yeah.
It's tough.
Like I call him and then my phone starts ringing and I have to accept the call on the call and then I just talk in an endless echo loop.
Yeah.
Wasn't he buying some property in Dakota too?
The Dakotas.
He closed that deal.
Close that deal.
He closed the shit. He actually wait. I meant to tell you, and it's who gives a shit about the ad, dude. They emailed me a week and a half ago, or like 2 weeks ago, and she said, "Jim."
Back in the game.
And it was the assistant that lived in Austin. She's like, "Hey Jim, hope all is well. Have you looked into these properties? Anything new yet?" And so I'm like, dude, remember they didn't call me back?
Yeah. You should like get real angry with them.
Where the hell have you been? Where the hell have you been?
Folks, you're going to go to thirdhorninvestments.com and use code Dakota. What was the name of that real estate company?
Just use code Dino Voss.
Yes, Dino Voss.
For
Dino Voss wants you to have free real estate.
And they're
Yes.
gonna match your first up to $50,000. Jim is gonna give you $50,000.
And this is a new deal. For every property you buy, he'll buy you another property.
right.
And to anyone who discovers this video, this is real.
Yes.
DM
it's
us
real.
if you have any questions.
We had a
Unless
lot
if
of
you
people
want real
reach out.
money.
We had
Yeah.
people. We have people serious about, hey, I can't get anything in the interest rates in the bank. Inflation's killing me. I can't even afford a turkey. How can I get help? Jim Bloom.
Third horn.
Third Horn Investments.
You know what
Cutting
people
edge.
don't realize about Third Horn is it's not a wide network. It's literally just Jim.
Oh yeah,
Jim
no, dude,
runs the
that's
whole
what cracks me up. Yeah,
He's a power
people
broker.
are like, "How big is the like?" He must have a huge office downtown Dallas. I'm like, "Nope,
That's his house.
it's his house, and it's just Jim,
he doesn't want those costs. in the
CEO,
office.
CFO,
He's doing every
COO.
investment
VP,
himself.
COO,
Secretary,
secretary,
marketing,
everything."
janitor.
Chef.
Yeah, it's
Does
amazing.
it all.
Yeah.
Guys, Third Horn Investments. Tell Jim Bloom the crack boy sent you.
Third Horn Investments.
Well,
Investments.
dude, I even think of what our cousin told us yesterday. Like he helps with a school board.
Oh, my
somewhere.
God,
And
this
he's
is
like,
good.
I gotta tell you, he's like, if you ask me about like paying teachers, you know, one thing I'll always say is like, hey, maybe we don't do right by them. Maybe they should be like the first thing we worry about in investing in our kids' futures. But I'll tell you this, education is a terrible business. He said that like he'll be doing things right. And it'll be like, yeah, if we do this, this, and this, it'll be great, and blah, blah, blah. And, like, the people in charge will be like, no, yeah, that makes total sense. But why would I do that? And he's like, oh, I don't know, maybe, like, to benefit the kids and just, you know, help them out. And
Bare
and
minimum.
they'll just be like, yeah, nah, that's going to fuck up my pocket change. So he's
Dude,
just
that's
like,
what I'm
dude,
saying. Politics, just
all
like
these
no
people,
matter shape or
every
form,
level.
it's
they're
just
just in the
absolutely
same thing.
corrupt. Like
the same role for 30 years, and they're just like,
Every level.
they're running the clock out.
That's it.
dude.
They got a nice pension.
Like, why does anyone in the school business, the teachers should be get paid, but like, why does like a board of ed guy need like $350,000 a year?
Oh, well, that's
Because he's
criminal.
fighting for the curriculum.
Like, what do you
He's getting
do?
critical race theory put into our school.
You know what's funny is like school could kind of run itself at this point. Why do we need people involved anymore? Like the curriculum's been the same since the 1960s.
Yeah.
You read fucking The Outsiders in 8th grade. You learn to you learn the good lessons like, hey, violence is bad. Put your differences aside. Math is gonna always be the same. You know what I
Math
mean?
is math.
Science is gonna be always be.
Then
the
you
same.
read Lord of the Flies, Lenny.
Yeah.
You learn
Yeah.
about them.
Freshman year, you read Lord of the Flies. That's when they teach you about becoming an adult. Sophomore year, you read the Great Gatsby, all that great shit. Junior year, they make you read all like the Hamlet bullshit, and then senior year, they try to convince you to kill yourself by reading Death of a Salesman and the
Streetcar Named
Metamorphosis.
In 1984, and about how great your future is going to be.
Yeah.
It's never going to get any worse than
I'm
it is
just
now.
like
And then
18.
that's the only book some kids read, so they just apply it to everything that
Isn't
happens.
that kind of fucked up? Like, I'm 18 years old in the prime of my life, senior year, having a great time getting ready for college, and then they make you read fucking The Metamorphosis, and I'm just 18. You're like, I woke up and I found that I'm a cockroach. And, like, it's this big parable for, like, how miserable life is.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, should I just give up now? Should I not keep doing this whole thing here?
They're like, you're going to have a great graduation, but first you got to read Animal Farm.
Yeah.
But first, read this terrible story about a salesman whose family.
We need you to read Crime and Punishment.
Well, dude, we missed another contentious meeting this past Thursday.
Oh, I know. You hear
Yeah,
that?
I've been hearing about these.
They got
Dude,
lit up
Wayne
over
is
there.
just like, what are they doing? Like, I'm telling you, it's just
Dude,
they love it.
We brought it up to like our uncle who lives in like Maplewood, and he's like, "Oh yeah, they're
national
showing
news.
it.
National
I've been seeing
news.
it,
It's
yeah.
national news.
Dude, they had another one over the curriculum.
Yeah, no, it's because I read the whole article. There's a book that apparently has like a lot of stuff to do with LGBTQ stuff, which is totally fine. We're fine with that.
Yeah, I don't
But
care.
apparently
Power to
this
you.
book is also just has random chapters that it's like, yeah, like you should date an older man 25 years older than him, and this is how you give him oral sex. And I'm like, what? Like,
Wow.
apparently they have some hardcore shit in there. I don't know.
Yeah, it's weird how like that, like people are becoming a little bit more accepting of that type of stuff now. It's like kind of weird. Like,
What?
Well, no, the parents are not happy.
well, the parents aren't, but like they want to like teach kids like, hey, it's a good idea to date like an older man that's 35 years older than you. And,
Yeah, that's
Dude,
a
the
little
thing
sus.
to
It's a
me
little
is
sus.
like, I don't. Do you guys remember anything from health class? I
Not
remember
really.
watching a video of a drunk driving accident and a guy getting his skull drilled in.
yeah, I just remember like Chip Smith.
Like, do you, like, freshman year of high school when they're like, I'm not learned with Chip Smith.
That was.
He was
I
like
don't
some
care. Yeah, he's the guy who
Fat
punched-
fucking
yeah, and he
girls
fought-
soccer coach, and he
yeah.
got his ass kicked by like some kid. in
Well,
my
yeah,
grade.
he fought a student, Petey Doe, and he got
He got-
ejected out of
yeah,
the
he
school.
got dropped.
He got
Wait,
dropped.
what?
Yeah.
He was a jerk off though. We don't have to spend a lot of time. Shout out Chip Smith.
Yeah,
I hope
shout
you're still
out
an
to-
idiot.
He worked at
we
the
wish you
school
the
and he
best.
fought someone.
Yeah, he was like the girls' soccer coach.
coach. He was like,
Didn't
good
he-
guy, whatever.
Is
but
this the guy?
he fought a kid.
But did he also like serve mad people underage at?
Oh, no.
that was someone else.
That was someone else.
He'll
remain
male
nameless.
Yeah,
server.
we'll
Yeah.
remain- he's a
Okay.
good guy. That guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always feel like I was hearing like people. I'm not even gonna bring it up.
Yeah, don't even sweat it.
I was,
But yeah, your point, health class.
I don't
No.
remember.
Well, that's
What
what
do
I'm
you remember
saying.
from
It's
health
like,
class?
did I?
Did you even pay attention?
Yeah. Did I not know about anal sex till health class? Like, I don't need them to teach. We're in 6th grade.
Right.
Like, have you guys ever heard of splooge gangbang bukkakis? Like, I have an iPhone. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
kids aren't like, oh wow, like people suck each other's dicks. Like, you're not teaching us oral. Like, we know that.
Right.
Like,
No,
when
that's where
parents
that
are
goes.
like, I don't want my kids learning that. It's like, what do you mean?
I know. That's like part of me is just like, dude, listen. If you think that's the worst, just like check out what your kids are doing like by themselves.
Yeah, what
Really
they're doing
looking
at
up-
their friend's house when they're
Right.
all sleeping over, what they're
Right,
doing,
it's
what they're
just like-
looking up on the internet.
It's like, dude,
Come
you
on.
know, they're gonna figure that one out.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
Now maybe it's a little crazy if they're gonna have like the teachers be like, "Hey, this is how you
see
pleasure
them.
yourself."
And then they blow the kids.
And then they blow the kids. That's gonna.
They're like, "Here, Jimmy, let me demonstrate a blowjob in front of the class."
It
here."
says here in the curriculum that you're going to have teachers do oral sex to the students to teach them what it's like. It says here on the 4th week of teaching that you're going to have one of the young men in the classroom munch on this woman's box.
Well, that's the
actual
final.
terminology.
That's the final exam. They literally put a woman up on like
You gotta make
a
her
solo
come.
stool, and you have 15 minutes to pleasure her orally. And
If you don't make her come, you fail.
the
outta
level of cum is the grade. Like if it's only a little dribble, like that's a C minus.
It's like,
But
how
if
many
she starts
times did I
squirting
teach
off-
you,
No,
A
David?
plus.
if you don't make her come, that's a C minus because that's what the
Well, I thought
the
you failed-
average man doesn't make.
I
it.
thought you
So
failed.
they're like,
I thought you have to repeat and you fail the class.
No, the repeat is if like you just can't muster up the
They're like,
courage to
I
do
don't know
it.
if I want to do this, Mr.
They're like,
Johnson.
well, listen, you barely even made her quiver. The average man can make her quiver, so that's a C minus in our
It's like,
class.
what did I teach you? Do the alphabet with your tongue, spell your name. You got to push your arms, your hands.
Come on,
into
Johnny,
it.
do the move we
Sing-
taught about. Do the
Recite the
two-handed.
Communist Manifesto as your.
I don't know why in this scenario we're all Southerners. Because
Yeah.
it's just
Because they
funnier.
would do that shit in some backwoods fucking Georgia class if they're not doing it already.
Yeah.
Shout out Georgia.
Fucking
Great place.
Georgia.
Drove through a lot of it.
Yeah, I don't know. The school systems are. I think after we left, everything went to shit with public school systems. Let them.
But yeah, that's the point though. It's like maybe if we didn't pay like, you know, Hubie Jr. $350,000 to sit on the board where
For
he holds
20
like
years.
one meeting a week where they literally talk about like what they're gonna do in retirement, and maybe we put that money into like textbooks.
There's still
or like
nothing
the
better.
teachers.
There's nothing better.
Or like maybe we get more than like 3 computers for the classroom.
Yeah.
So everybody knows how to use it. But no, this guy has to collect
Hubie
it.
Jr.'s just making
Hubert Jr.
a mill every 3 years.
is like a king in his kingdom because he's been on the Wayne School Board
I
for
gotta say,
35
actually,
years.
senior year, I think I interviewed for the TV class, the superintendent.
Superintendent, yeah.
Really nice guy. And then,
But what does a
I
superintendent
don't
do?
know what the fuck they do.
What do they actually
I'll
do?
tell you what they do, because a year later, there was a viral video that went out that's still my favorite thing in the world. And what he did for a living was stand in front of an auditorium of parents screaming at him. These are our children. These are our children. Let the boys play. Put that video on.
Never mind that they beat up kids at an off-campus party. We gotta win state this year.
Oh my God, that was the funniest thing. Yeah, for the listeners that don't know, we have a very big football program in our town, and there was some contentious.
Go
debate.
Mojo.
What was it? Those
I
kids
really hope
didn't
we
even.
find this easy.
Those kids didn't. Yeah, just look up Wayne Hills on fucking YouTube. It'll come right up. Those kids didn't even live in our town. I'll. You know what? This might be crazy, but let's do an exclusive. I'll break the news on this. These kids went to our high school. They came in like junior, senior year to play football at our high school. And the whole debate was they were going to states, but these kids weren't from Wayne. They had a Wayne address. They bought it. The dad literally rented an apartment so that they could go to school at Wayne Hills and win states. Everyone knew it, that they weren't actually living there, but they're like, no, we fucking live in Wayne. What are you talking about? I could tell you for a matter of fact, those kids were from Totowa. They were not living at that apartment, and they went to this high school just to play football. I just cracked the whole case.
Breaking. That is a breaking exclusive
breaking
news.
exclusive.
NCAA, if you're listening, we want those championships redacted.
Yeah, we want them.
They didn't happen. Take them away. They didn't happen. It was
Superintendent
illegal.
Mark Toback got screamed at for
Mark.
no reason.
This one's on you, Mark. There's blood on your hands here.
Are you finding it?
Yeah, it's not like.
Do you not have Wi-Fi?
Yeah, but I'm connected to your network. It's like not working.
But
Dude, it's so good.
it's interesting.
I was able
That's
to bring up the Manscaped stuff, though, right?
that's
We'll
like
bring
a
that up.
big. I think Jim Bloom would be proud of something like that. Win at all costs. It's public high school football.
Oh, dude, it came right up.
We want-
Outraged Wayne Hills football parents demand answers at closed door meeting. Dude, I don't know if you remember this. I'm gonna text
All right, you
it
know
to
what? No, yeah. I'll drop it into the pod edit. You know what I'm saying?
You can't get up. You can't get it on.
It's
your-
just yeah.
You can't get it up.
It's just not loaded.
You're not able to
Can't
get it up.
You can't get it
Bluetooth.
up. Bluetooth. We should get
Oh
them
wait,
soon.
I think it's working.
But yeah, that's crazy stuff. I mean, that really speaks though, because if you aren't from Wayne, connecting this back to the South, I love how we're making this like the connections. People think like Texas and Florida and all the southern states are like obsessed with football, which they are. It's a different level, I can tell you. But North Jersey, in their own right, very obsessed with football. Like,
Well, think about our town alone. Dude.
Wayne is like a perfect microcosm. Like, kids will literally endanger their health and do steroids to win state.
Yeah, dude, there were kids
And
doing
parents
like
will
blow
literally,
when I was
straight
in
up,
elementary
and like
school.
the locker rooms and shit.
Dude, you know what? It is crazy, and like I think Wayne, why people that come out of Wayne are so special, and I truly think they are. And I try to explain it to people when, like, even when I was in London, just explaining to like friends.
Right.
Like Wayne is so interesting because like you live your entire you live in a lifetime within your public school system.
Oh my God.
There's 9 elementary schools, 3 middle schools, 2 high schools. There's so many
got DePaul,
politics. Yeah, DePaul,
Catholic high school.
and fucking we have 4
PCTI.
we have 4 high schools technically in our town, and it's so crazy because the economic disparity in our town, the diversity in terms of rate, like we have literally everything in the world. and there's
Everything.
58,000 people crammed in together, just getting after it. You see a lot of fucking shit.
It is. It's a lifetime, and it's like, it's almost like people have like it's not real life, because I feel like with how people take everything so seriously, especially like high school, it's almost like your local celebrities. Like people are local, like the kids that play football, like they get treated like
Oh yeah.
celebrities, and
Oh,
then
yeah. But you have that for life.
your life. It's like, yeah, I won state in 35.
Yeah,
Can't
literally.
take this away. Get you one of these, boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't wait
you
for
one of these.
Thanksgiving Eve next week. Be at like Blue Ale House.
Oh
Like,
man.
remember that game back in 2011? Yeah, it was a good game.
Remember when we lost to Ramapo? If fucking Johnson didn't fumble a rock, we would have won state that year, I swear.
Oh my God.
Well, that was another thing you asked what I've been doing. So yes, we went to River Palm.
Yeah, that's not working. By
Big
the way,
like either I hate my life, I want to be whoever I want across the river, or I'm ready to like corrupt the school board energy there. But then last night I met up with some friends in Hoboken,
Oh, you were out in Hoboken?
I went to the Pig and Parrot for like
Oh, it was next to
35
you.
minutes.
It was literally
Oh, no
Texas,
way.
Arizona.
No way. So I honestly had not been out in Hoboken. And I mean, I haven't been around in years, but never would really go out. More like the city type.
Mm-hmm.
And I was saying this to Joey. It's amazing because I've been traveling around the South. It's big, like professional fishing gear energy, like
Bass Pro Shop.
Bass Pro Shop energy.
huh?
Shout out Bass Pro Shops, like Vineyard Vines, like Southern swag. And then when I walk into Pig and Parrot last night, I couldn't help but just laugh because it's just like big Seaside Tony energy.
Oh, dude.
Like, hey, Toots, let's get a shot and then go back to my place. What do you think?
Yeah.
Or it's like, shout out DJ Mutz, DJ Mutz.
Dude, there's literally
And
a
I'm
guy
like,
named
wow,
DJ
this is fucking unbelievable. Opposite ends of the spectrum. So I was out in Pig and Parrot, was out there for a little while. And yeah, so, did a little bit of the rounds.
Dude,
Saw it.
you could have walked down the street and see me getting into some...
Getting off.
I'll tell this story on the air because it's kind
You
of
had
funny.
a Chuck get off?
Yeah.
But
these are the moments you got to live for.
I'm not going to name any names.
No names.
Yeah, because we might have committed a crime. I don't want
We're
this.
not sure yet.
No,
Yeah.
you didn't.
I mean, yeah.
But you know.
Yeah. So I was out with friends last night. We'll call them friend A, friend B, and friend C. My best
Acquaintances.
friends in the whole world. They're great. We went to my cousin's 23rd birthday, as you do.
Very nice.
And, she was having an open bar situation at City Bistro, which is a bar in Hoboken, but like near the end of town, near like Pier 13, right? And we go there, get nice and saucy, take advantage of the open bar. Where are we going after this? Hop in an Oobski, head to Texas, Arizona. We drove right past the Pig and Parrot. And we're at Texas, Arizona, getting after it there, running into a bunch of friends. We were actually with a lot of Valley people that last night.
Yeah, I saw a bunch of them out.
Yeah. And get after it there, having a great time. And one of our good friends doesn't go out often because, he's in a relationship for many years.
Right.
He's usually with his girlfriend. So when he goes out, he likes to get after it, right? So we leave the bar initially, Texas, Arizona. We're trying to find our other two friends. We're trying to find friend B and friend C. Stop at CVS and get some snacks. I get some jerky. He gets some popcorn. We're just walking down the street in a drunken stupor. And we find our friends, and we're waiting for an Uber. And my one friend, friend A, when he does get to go out, he likes to, get after it. He gets nice and drunk, and he likes to fuck with people a lot. So he's just fucking with all these people walking down the street, just looking to start something. And then finally on the third go around, these guys were walking by with some pizza and like, give me a bite. Oh, fuck, I just said a name.
Person
I'll
A.
edit it out.
Person A. Okay,
Person
yeah,
A.
beep it. That's
It'll
good.
be like, beep.
He'll
That's
beep
easy.
it.
Yeah, it's
So he asked for a bite of pizza, and the guys like are nice about it. They're really nice guys, actually. Like, hi, yeah, no, man, like whatever. They're being good sports about it. We're like, this is like 10 minutes going on. Like me and fuck, I keep saying
Beep,
names. Beep. Friend B are just like talking shit. We're like trying to figure out our Uber situation, walking down the street. And then we turn around and we realize that friend A and C are like getting into a very verbal altercation with these guys because friend A won't let this whole joke up of like, give me a piece of pepperoni off your pizza. And the kids are like, dude, like fuck off. Seriously, like, what are you doing? Next thing you know, like we're looking at them, they're getting really like pushy and aggressive. And we're walking over and I am, people know this about me, the least violent person. Like I'm verbal, like on paper, I'm a pacifist. Like I just think a fight is never ever worth it, right?
Mm-hmm.
But we always say over the years, like the only time I would fight is if my buddies were getting, into a fight. So there was 3 of them, and then friend B and C, or A and C, were just getting jumped by these 3 guys. All of a sudden, they grab them, put them in headlocks. My friend gets punched in the face. So me and my other friend, friend C, go over there, and my friend, friend C is like also not like violent, but he's like will fuck people up. He's been in fights before.
right.
And he wasn't even going to jump in. He said he never saw it coming, but I came out of nowhere. I don't know what possessed me. But I grabbed the kid that had my friend in a headlock and fucking just grabbed him by the neck, fell down, and just slammed his head into a fucking car door. All of a sudden, 3 other guys jump in. All 4 of us just land on top of each other. We're all on the floor. Now it's 4 on 3, and we're just beating the fuck out of these kids. Like, I fucking took a kid down. Like, it was a full-on brawl.
Hoboken.
Yeah, dude, like real old school. Like, people were like, what the fuck? Like, these girls were trying to pull everyone apart. I was really trying to end things, but like, we were in a fight. So like all of a sudden I see like friend C fucking uppercut a kid. Friend B was like a state champion wrestler or something. So he's fucking flipping kids with judo chops and whatnot.
Judo chop.
Next thing you know, I'm just like, wow, we just fucked these kids up. I'm like, guys, all right, enough. Cops drive by, give us a flashlight. We're like, all right, we got to get the fuck out of here. And we're walking down the street. I'm like, I can't beep it out. I was like, you just got us into a fucking brawl over a joke about pizza. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, we could have gotten stabbed. But, hey, listen, those guys were good sports about it. They were really nice people. There was no reason to get into a fight with them. But it was just fun because, like, you know how you always say, like, yeah, we're like, if our group ever got into a fight with people, we'd fuck people up. But you never know because, like, fights never usually get there. You just scream at each other in the street, like, fuck you, asshole.
Joke off.
And then you get in your Uber. But, like, we just absolutely trounced these fucking kids. Like, beat the fuck out of them. And then some of them were bigger than us. And I just fucking took this guy and dropped him into a fucking car.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
You know,
You got to beep out all the names.
It's all right. I got you.
I actually, that's a good thing to me. I think that's a good thing. I think it means nature's healing.
Yeah.
People have been so pent up. I think that's good to see.
That's just like some good old fashioned.
It reminds
like,
me of
no one got
pre-pandemic.
seriously hurt. Everyone
That's
went
it.
home and
Yeah,
went
Just a
on.
good
guy,
brawl.
like older guy, was walking down the street and he saw like at some points like we were just beating the fuck out of it. He said, "Guys, fair fight. You got to do one-on-ones. Like make it fair." Like we're totally serious about it.
You gotta love New Jersey. It's like, no, we're not gonna break this fight.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, yo, it's the good. Stay out of
He
there.
literally was
They're
like,
terrible.
he's
It's
like, keep it
one-on-one.
fair, skin fight only.
Yeah. No weapons, just your fucking Jack Johnson and Joe Louis.
Because usually what it is I think of like down the shore. I remember like that dumbass verbal altercation we got into with like that jerk off
Oh
and
my
those
god,
girls.
the Uber, yeah.
Like that's usually what it is. It's
Yeah.
just like one of them, and then I'm just like, shut the fuck up, bitch. Get in the Uber. She's like, what?
Dude, we all got into this giant Uber XL. We're fully in, and
Well,
this
we
girl was like,
didn't-
"You're in a fucking Uber."
Yeah.
We're like, "All right, sorry."
Yeah, we're like, sorry.
It was the exact same car.
Yeah.
They were
Yeah.
next to each
Shut
other.
up.
Yeah,
bitch.
and she just starts going off on us, and she's with this dude, and we're just
And
like,
it's like
we're
one
just, like,
dude and
cursing them
6
out.
guys, and we're like, "We'll
Yeah.
actually
He's
kill
like,
you."
what are you gonna do? And we're like, dude, just get in the Uber. 6 of us.
Yeah,
What
like,
you
are
gonna
you
do?
kidding me?
But dude, this finally loaded. Should we riff
Yeah.
this?
Yeah,
And
but-
before we start this, I just want you to remember. Do you remember at one point, Joe, we loved this video so much that we were planning on making a skit of it where
Yeah.
Kish played this guy.
And we should still.
I just wanted to put Kish in a suit 2 sizes too small, and he's just sweating. Like, it's all right.
This guy could be the principal in Billy Madison.
I'll put a full blast too.
So, yeah, for context, this was like they weren't going to let our football team play in state finals because they had found out, people had leaked that 2 of the players that were the star players were not even actually from our town.
Keep in
And-
mind, high school public football.
Yes, high school public football.
This is
and
not like Don Bosco.
This is a closed-door meeting with the superintendent or whatever this guy's job is of the parents just going after
Exclusive footage.
It's trying to put it in 4K. Like, we don't need all that.
him. Was this recorded before?
No, that's not enough. It's unacceptable. It's unacceptable. You must tell us now.
They're raping our children.
Yes or no?
Keep in mind, this is high school football.
This is ridiculous. We're sitting here as a group of parents representing our children. Our children. You just violated our children.
You violated them.
It's no wonder the FBI is tracking parents these days with some of the stuff that goes on in these meetings.
So here's the thing. I will update you. Definitely update you later today.
That's not good enough.
Are you going to do it? Yes or no? Because what you're saying to me is you're not going to do it. Exactly. That's what you're saying to me.
Who is this one guy? I mean,
No, we know.
wouldn't you be proud if this guy was your father?
We have had conversations driving around in his car saying that same thing. Because
Oh my God.
me and Griffin had a run-in with this guy.
Oh
Not
God.
a good run-in.
I mean, it sounds like he's a great guy. He's got all his priorities straight.
Not a good run-in.
He's a man of integrity.
And I'll just tell you this.
Right now you've proven to us
He used to be an employee of the city. That's all I'll say.
Oh wow, wow, okay.
A
Wow.
person with a particular amount of power.
Yep.
His life might have mattered.
Look, he's trying to take the superintendent down like a spiritual journey. Have you ever played the sport of football?
you got to put your stuff on the line. All of our boys in this program, unprecedented. Worked harder than you at Delaware, worked harder than me at Fordham. I can tell you for sure that my son and
He just said that He said our boys, our high school football playing
High school
boys
football, everyone.
worked harder than me. Worked harder than you at Delaware.
Division I football,
They
everyone.
worked harder than me at Fordham.
Division I AA football, everyone.
They deserve this.
And keep in mind, the best part of all of this is my favorite part. Now, obviously, I went to Wayne Valley. I was on the wrong side of the rivalry. Like, we didn't beat Hills. But I knew a lot of those guys. Like, we're all so removed. Like, nobody cares.
Right.
But they are arguing when they know they're outright cheating. Like, they literally have kids that are from, like, Cedar Grove that are, like, in the NFL now that should not be at our high school. There's a public high school. The kids that live in the town go there. They are full-on cheating, and they are treating this guy who as if he is doing, like, some huge injustice. And they are outright cheating. How much more integrity could you have?
This is high school public football.
And what an example they're setting for the kids. Look, listen, if it doesn't go your way, just cheat and lambaste the people in charge and you'll get your way.
Yeah.
Because they let these kids play, right?
Oh, they won. They won states that year.
So that's the
And
lesson.
you know what? I bet
lesson.
if you had them play Fordham's team that year and Delaware's
They
team,
worked harder.
They would have beat them both.
This is good. Continue. I want to hear this guy's saying a heartwarming speech.
Sacrifice way beyond.
There he is.
Way beyond all the other programs that we've beaten. That's
Like, what? As a parent, who gives a fuck?
Valley to send their son as a transfer student and wait 30 days and then pay the price to be a victorious champion.
Pay the
That's what
price.
this is about. And I gotta be honest with you.
It's a witch hunt.
All we're asking you to do represent us, yes or no? Yes or no?
There's my ex-principal. She was a fine lady. One of the nicest people on the planet.
You know the parents are
She
all
resigned
there.
after this.
You know they're all there mentally when they start saying things like witch hunt.
Witch
They
hunt.
chirped and they got what they wanted. And you know what? We want what we want.
Oh my God.
Give us any
I hope this guy worked as like a clerk for the city, because God bless if he had any sort of power, huh?
No, it's more than that.
But it's really not a yes or no answer. And I'll explain why. There's a yes answer in the.
There you have it, folks.
Wow.
I really think that most parents should be put to death. You know?
I mean-
Because all that is those are people that have gotten to a certain age that their life has become so meaningless and devoid of happiness that what they're spending their time doing is in angry mobs, showing up at my high school auditorium. I did Grease on that stage. And they defiled it by going there to scream at this fucking superintendent about letting their kids play football.
Let us cheat.
Let us
This
cheat.
is a place for the arts.
Like,
us
it was
cheat.
the biggest deal in the world. Like,
Their kids worked harder than Division I football.
How many of those kids on that high school football
I can't
team?
get over that.
Take a seat,
How
sir.
many kids on that high school football team do you think are in the NFL now? Because
The kids that moved into town that didn't go to
No,
town.
those cunts went to Rutgers and they suck dick and they're not playing NFL ball. Fuck those kids. I know those kids. They were supposed to be in my shore house and we kicked them out because they were fucking
Well, if
pussies.
Rutgers worked as hard as Wayne Hills football did, they would be in the NFL.
That's true.
That is true.
You know, if those kids worked half as hard as the 2017 Wayne Hills football team, they would have won states. They would have won the Super
won.
Bowl.
What are they? They're Big East.
They're Big Ten now.
Big Ten, yeah.
But I mean, look, and then these parents wonder why their kid is like addicted to drugs at 19 because they've shown them such great morals to have that, again, cheat. It doesn't matter. Just bully and verbally assault this pure schmuck who's the fucking principal of the school because our boys worked hard. Again,
That's nuts.
They're not even from here. They don't go to Wayne. They're not from here.
Yeah, that would
That's
be like,
Wayne.
That would be
That's
like
a beautiful
me.
thing.
I think
right
that I think that's a tremendous way to roll us out here. Is the town of Wayne?
That's the town of Wayne.
That's Wayne, guys.
That is Wayne in a nutshell.
Yeah.
Cheat. It's okay.
It was great because that shit would be happening all the time. You'd have people getting beaten half to death over football, that type of shit. All crazy.
But we work hard. It's
we
okay.
had murders happen in our just crazy shit in this town. And then there's just like me and my friends just like aimlessly wandering the streets and like smoking Black and Milds.
But the Patriots won state that year.
grade.
That's all that
Yeah.
matters. Patriots won
They
state.
should have did what we were doing in 7th grade.
Unprecedented.
Walking the streets, sharing Black and Milds,
Dipping tobacco.
Dipping. Oh.
experimenting with tobacco.
Smoking anything we could get our hands on.
But then, you guys found God.
Yep.
3, 2, 1 cigarettes.
Yep.
You got away from that chaw.
Got away from that chaw.
And we started saving our bodies.
Yep.
One smoke at a time.
With pure organic tokes.
And on that note, folks, smoke 'em if you got 'em. Thank you to Andrew DeFilippis for being our
Thanks,
guest.
guys. It was fun.
The first family member guest, which
Thanks,
is
guys.
nice. We'll
It
have
was
mom
fun.
and dad on soon. We'll have cousins and
Yeah.
whatnot.
Yeah.
Check out the podcast. What is it? Spotify?
Spotify, Apple It's everywhere you can find podcasts now.
That's
Yeah,
it.
you put them on other platforms too,
Yep.
right? Google.
Google Podcasts,
Google.
Pandora.
How many people do you think listen to podcasts on Pandora?
I don't know.
How many
12.
people do you think listen to Pandora still? A lot?
I don't know.
I used to love Pandora.
Pandora has become
Summer hits of the
Pandora is
90s,
like
great
the
station.
it's like the restaurant thing now because restaurants
Like
That's
Yelp?
true.
restaurants can't legally play music. Like if you go into a restaurant and someone's just playing like music off their phone on Bluetooth, like technically they actually could get in trouble. So what restaurants do is they'll just play Pandora because that's considered radio and you have to legally play
Let's
radio.
start busting restaurants that are.
Oh, dude, like if they actually enforce that, like when I used to work at Z's Pizza Place, like that was just my phone playing music. Like no one enforces it,
You're a rule breaker.
but technically,
You're a rebel.
the big places they don't take the risk. You go to like a big
That
restaurant.
makes sense. Why
yeah.
there's no. Yeah.
They're
Or they see
playing,
like
like
the
Pandora or like a radio station.
So River Palm that played Frank Sinatra 450 times.
Probably
in a row the other night.
it's probably Frank Sinatra Pandora station.
Fly
gotta
me
deal with the
to the
Sinatra.
moon.
They might.
Strangers in the night. I want to go to this River Palm place.
You
Yeah,
should.
River
It's-
Palm
You'll
Terrace,
enjoy it.
yeah.
It's a great dinner.
Why do I know the name of that?
It's a high profile restaurant.
It's a big
Is it
restaurant.
near like
It's where all the
Chart House?
corruption happens in North Jersey.
good
Is it by where?
Chart House? Is it on the water?
In Edgewater?
It's very close to the water.
It's not like on the Hudson.
It's not on the
It's
Hudson,
on
though.
it's on that road.
Yes, that's why you
That
unbelievable
long
view of the
road
city.
that goes all the way down from like Edgewater to Weehawken
Yeah, I
to
know what you're talking
Hoboken.
about.
It might even be River Road.
It might be, but I also don't know because
I'm from
I don't
Texas.
know-
I'm a
yeah.
Texan, so
I don't know if
these
it
things.
runs that long, but it honestly might be River
I'm just
Road.
an average fighting Texan.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I think I've been there.
Porterhouse for two. Dial it up.
All right.
All right,
Well, hey,
gents.
we'll see you next week, people.
Folks, you know what it is. It's 321 cigarettes, guys. It's the best cigarette in the world.
Period.
Healthy, good, tasty, toasted tobacco. And we have some exciting news. Andrew, Joey's brother, besides being a finance man, also works in meteorology.
Yes.
He's an independent contractor for, science labs and whatnot. And he's got some exciting news that just came out of a laboratory out in the Dallas-Fort Worth, Texas area about what 321 cigarettes are doing for the environment.
It's big news.
Tell us.
It's huge news, actually. So I know there's been a lot of talk about climate change, but after hours and years of research, data analytics, science, 321 cigarettes reduces carbon and ozone emissions by 90%.
By 90%.
It's going to save the world. 321 cigarettes is going to save the world,
It has a 6% carbon footprint.
literally.
So we have a call to action, folks, because we need more people smoking 321s. Tell me the numbers, Ange. How many people do we need smoking
If
321s?
every single person in the United States of America, probably the Western Hemisphere, if everybody just bought one pack of 321 cigarettes and smoked them, we could save the planet another 5,000 years.
Wow.
Wow.
The whole ozone
whole
layer
planet.
would just go like that.
Yeah.
That's it. It would be repaired overnight
Wow.
because of 321
You
cigarettes.
smoke 321s, right?
All the time.
So how long you been smoking them for?
Years now.
Wow.
About
And
a
you're a
decade.
fan.
And people laughed at us. People laughed at the work that we were doing at the University of Dallas at Dallas.
Yeah.
They laughed at us.
Yeah.
But the numbers don't lie.
No.
Folks,
Science doesn't lie.
5,000 more years, folks. This is important stuff.
Elon Musk, Joe Biden.
Forget them.
All these
Al
people.
Gore.
Al Gore.
Not important.
Greta Thunberg.
Not important.
All these people are trying so hard to reduce emissions. They're going on stages. Oh, yeah, Greta Thunberg's like, I'm supposed to be in school, but I'm here yelling at your people about, I don't even know.
Forget about electric car
I
chargers.
appreciate that impression.
That was good. Forget about electric car chargers.
It's doing nothing, guys.
This right here. See this?
This is the fucking savior of humanity, and you're all fucking driving around in your Teslas and jerking off and eating vegan.
Driving around in
This right
Tesla
here.
smoking Delta 9
Fucking
when you could be
pussies
smoking
This
321 Delta
little
8.
piece
of
of
heaven.
where's it? Tobacco from Virginia again?
Connecticut.
Connecticut.
and Virginia.
Both of them. They just expanded. This little piece of Connecticut, Virginia-made tobacco. This is going to save the planet, folks. Not your Tesla, not buying, one pair of jeans,
And
not
wearing them all day.
eating soy or Impossible burgers. 3, 2, 1.
And you know how good this is? Andrew, you're doing some work with 321 when you discovered this, and it's so nice and cool, actually. It's a cool when companies do things for the world.
It's amazing.
You went with a group of representatives from 321 to the Arctic, and you met some Eskimos, and you introduced them to 321s, and you said, here, take 100 cartons each in their igloos and shit. And they're actually slowly working to repair the ice caps by smoking. And you could say that they're all back, right?
It was amazing. What happened was we got there and there was no snow, and the Eskimos they didn't know what to do.
You met
They were actually
the chief, right? Kutu?
Yeah.
Kutu.
Chief Kutu. We met him.
Yeah.
And they had to take, they wear like the furry,
furs,
they weren't even wearing them.
Wow.
But just
It's got
1
that
hour, 1 hour of everybody lighting up in unison, blizzard.
Wow.
Temperature dropped 40 degrees.
I'm curious to know what it was like seeing pure black skin, because they're like polar bears, right? When they pull off their fur, they're just like black as this hat underneath.
Yes. It was interesting.
Interesting.
It was just more scientific breakthroughs. And then all of a sudden, he put his Eskimo outfit back on, and the Arctic was saved.
Wow.
Wow.
And correct me if I'm wrong here, but you guys are also working with Pixar to do an Ice Age sequel.
Yes.
About
Elsa's
saving.
going to smoke 321 cigarettes.
Oh
Yeah.
wow. Crossover.
We want to get kids involved. Kids need to be in on this.
kids should
Well,
be.
they're the
smoking.
future.
Kids should
Think
be
about it.
smoking.
They're the
Kids should
front
be
line.
smoking them now because we need these extra numbers
Yes.
to reduce the hole in the ozone.
And
Absolutely.
kids are cool. Kids are like a lot of kids I know are activists.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
They're not even.
Greta
they're not even
Thunberg,
considered
we should send her
students.
some
Yes.
321s because she
Yes.
wants to help.
Greta
the
needs
environment.
Greta.
them.
Yeah,
She
she
needs
needs
to
to chill out.
Yeah.
This is National Institute of Health funded gain of function research for
And
Wow.
that's a
321
that's a
cigarettes.
fact.
That's factual.
That is
so
a
don't
fact.
jab your kids. Give them one of these right
Give
here.
them 3, 2, 1.
Yeah.
This is going to save the environment. It's good.
I don't know if this. It's good for the environment. It helps everyone. It hurts no one. Hurts no one.
321, folks.
That's
321
And I
cigarettes.
think yes, you're gonna go to www.321.com/goodcrack and use code Greta Thunberg,
Greta
Yeah.
Thunberg.
and that's gonna send you a free pack.
Yeah,
That's
because
great.
I know. It's a free carton. This is such a call to action. There's no time to waste.
yeah,
So think about this: you can get a free carton shipped to your house. You can hand a pack out. Give a pack, because if you're giving that pack, you're saving the world.
drive down
helping
to the
the
local school.
and just
Yeah.
give them out.
Yeah,
Hand them out. Right at recess.
If you work in McDonald's, fast food, you guys
Slip 'em
have
in the
kids
order.
meals. Slip them
Slip
in the
'em in.
order.
listen, I want to show you guys because Greta Thunberg, I had a FaceTime with her last week,
Yes.
and this was like she was wearing Prada sunglasses.
Yes.
and she was like,
She was on that private jet.
I
at
was
the
supposed.
climate conference.
She was like, I was supposed to be in school, but now I'm too busy smoking 321 cigarettes.
321.
I saved the environment.
She's a hero.
I'm cool now.
I'm cool now.
I
I'm
still
Greta
love-
Thunberg.
The way they smoke is so very sexual. It's very tremendous.
Me and Leo DiCaprio are driving the private jet now because since there's so much 321s, the emissions from the jets don't even matter.
This guy as Jeffrey wants to invite me to his island to smoke 321.
To hold a conference.
We just bought Epstein's Island with the 321 money. It's great. I'm going to go there and start my own school. So I
To
can go
teach
to
people
school.
about the climate. And if there's one thing they need to know, what is it? What does they have to know?
Well, they're going to pay those teachers well. That's what I was
That's
gonna
right.
say.
That's right.
They're going to
It's
start
good
that school.
business.
They're going to be paying
Yeah.
those teachers well.
Absolutely.
Pay 'em
They
in the
should-
finest.
You want to talk about arguing at
Adrenochrome.
Board of Ed meetings about what curriculum they're putting in the schools? How about they put fucking 321 in the schools?
Yeah, instead of they don't need the refillable water thing. They need a 321
Cigarette
dispenser.
machine.
We need
Yeah.
cigarette lounges back. We need smoke breaks back.
We need conversation pits in
Let
the
the
library.
kids smoke in class.
yeah.
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 There's
Dude,
research behind that. I'm not going to get into it. It's very scientific, but that has tremendous impacts if they smoke while they're learning about the environment.
I'm fired up.
I'm
I
fine.
almost want to start like some sort of coalition to get kids
Yes.
on cigarettes.
Yes. Because then,
321s.
hey guys,
Big
no
tobacco.
Other, no other brand.
And it's not even big tobacco. This is
This is
mom and
independent.
it's
pop.
actually big climate change.
This is
now.
big
grassroots
climate.
right here.
Grassroots backy.
Yeah,
the
big
country.
climate recovery.
I
We're
like
saving
it.
the world.
Guys,
They're
One
saving
smoke at a time.
like we said, go to the website 321cigarettes.com, use code Greta Thunberg, smoking them,
Mhm.
and just get your fucking cigs in your body, you
That's it.
know?
You want to be an activist? Buy 10 cartons.
Yeah.
That's activism.
Don't go march in the street. Don't go through a brick through a Target window.
Don't
Smoke
shoot guys
cigarettes.
on the street in the middle of a riot.
Yeah, don't bring
Smoke
an
a 321.
AR-15 across
Smoke a
state
3,
lines and kill 2 people.
Smoke a 3-2-1. That's it.
Don't go to court with an AR-15 and present to the jury how you shot
Yeah.
for 2 people.
Don't shatter windows of businesses that have nothing to do with the outrage that you have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Make a real change. Light one up.
Don't
Like
go
one
on a cross-country trip with your boyfriend and become a van life influencer and
Yes.
kill yourself and
Yes.
kill her.
That's
Yeah.
it.
Don't hide your kids under the
Flower bed.
the flower bed.
Yeah.
Isn't it crazy that no one's talking about that anymore? It's just over.
Yeah.
It's done.
It's done.
We're going to get a case. Nobody
I'm
cares.
pissed, dude.
Yeah.
I really had a
Want
lot
a
of
good
faith
case.
that it was gonna be like the trial, like not the trial of the century, but like one of those things that happened for
Well,
the
dude,
next
like-
year.
It would have been a good one.
They found they couldn't find him for like 3 weeks, and then the dad joins the search and finds him in 2 hours, and they're like,
He's
"There's
dead.
his tooth.
Well, he's dead.
Yeah, easily. could
He's
do
dead."
it.
He'll be back.
Yeah.
Do you think he's actually dead?
Dude, you know how funny is it how much our opinions have flip flopped? Because remember when we had Franklin on and we were just like, dude, he's dead. Like, he just fucking died. And it's like,
Yeah.
but now as we've got time to marinate
alive.
with it, something's going
Well,
on.
dude, have you
Something's
heard a
going on.
word about it since
No.
that day?
No.
He was
and,
dead,
and,
it's
and
like,
after you
it's
see that
over.
it was straight like tooth graft or whatever,
Very
that's
suspect.
what did it. And like they didn't find
Very
anything
suspect.
else.
Yeah.
I heard that the GOP is grooming Brian Laundrie and Rittenhouse to be a ticket in 2024.
Yeah.
And they're going
Wow.
to reveal him at the convention.
And guess what, guys? We don't support that because those guys don't smoke 321s.
That's it.
They smoke Newports. Fuck
Exactly.
those people.
Fuck those
That shit.
guys.
They don't want to save the climate. They don't care about your kids.
Yeah.
Smoke them if you got them.
3, 2, 1 reason to
smoke
smoke cigarettes. Climate change.